This is Tyler McFluff. He's an artist. He's currently launching his new collection and he wants to get the word out. However, he's a hamster. You probably noticed that. So his work is possibly a bit niche. So we took him to see AppNexus and MediaIQ to find out if programmatic advertising can help him build his brand.
So Tyler, thanks very much for the brief. You went into detail about the kind of audience you're looking for, the people who appreciate your artwork, the people who've helped you get started. What we're looking to do now with this project is really scale how we reach similar people.
Using real-time data means essentially that we can understand what people are doing right now. And now that's really important. So rather than looking at what someone was doing a month ago or 2 months ago, what were they doing yesterday? And how does that impact Tyler McFluff?
Now, one of the things in the brief, Tyler, is you haven't got a massive budget. So what we tried to do is look at the most flexible way to use digital to drive brand awareness and also drive some performance in terms of art sales.
You don't want to be targeting just any person across the internet. You want to understand what interest that person's shown, what intent have they shown to buy art. And then you want to really harness the opportunities you get to show that advert to them and get them to engage with the Tyler McFluff brand.
He doesn't give a bad brief for a hamster, although I can't say I've seen too many rodents do this kind of thing. So let's take a look at how they actually go about planning a programmatic campaign like this.
So we've been running the Tyler McFluff campaign for a little while now. It's time to sit down and have a talk about the mid-campaign strategies for trading internally and the insights we can feed back to the client.
Now, with regards to some of the top domains we've isolated, we've seen that independent art selling domains have featured very high. Now, not just on a digital basis, but this is a huge opportunity here for Tyler to reach out to these websites and start selling his own art across there.
So the idea of semantic targeting is essentially that we want to look at a page and see the kind of emotions that people have before we can put an ad in there, make sure they're similar to what we would put in line with Tyler McFluff.
Another set of variables we look at are what we call macro data. An example of this is looking at real-time TV data, looking at real-time social data, looking at real-time weather feeds. These are just a number that we've isolated for this campaign.
If we take male skew on this side, we can make a link down here to Top Gear, which is over 70% male audience. It's what we've seen engage with the ad a lot on TV, with the TV sync. And if we step back from that a little bit, if we look at keywords as a whole, it's all sort of games, Facebook, celebrity, that kind of thing, sort of light-hearted pursuits.
One of the things we isolated was starting to potentially target mobile phones in and around specific locations that are very relevant to the users we identified. So in and around media agencies, in and around creative agencies, and obviously in and around art galleries when events are live.
So, with the campaign well underway, we catch up with the team to find out how it's going, and more importantly, to find out how this programmatic business actually works.
So starting from the left over here, we have the journey that we use to create and monitor campaigns. On the far left, we've got the insights that I'm getting that enable me to adapt my strategies and change the way that I'm optimizing my campaigns. Going over to here, here's the actual planning of the campaign stage, here where my placements are. And over here is finally where I monitor it. You can see it up on the screen inside the AppNexus console. I can look at how they're performing in real time and see what changes need to be made.
We managed to glean a lot of insights for Tyler and enabled him to understand exactly whom he should be targeting, where he should be targeting, and exactly what he should be targeting the audience with.
We've learned that this person, they're a man, they're really interested in gaming, they're quite quirky, they're based around that sort of Soho, Fitzrovia area, very creative-led. He's the right demographic and he's got the money to buy the art.
But the marketing principles are exactly the same. You're buying placements that are relevant to the audience that you're trying to attract. You want to leverage creative, and now of course you can leverage data at the same time.
I call it speed to audience. The promise of programmatic is actually allowing you to reach that audience in milliseconds.
So in that 120 milliseconds, when art enthusiasts or animal art enthusiasts are exploring the web, Tyler McFluff's team were able to find that audience and serve them a relevant ad using programmatic technology.
So I guess that's it. We've now reached the end of the campaign. Let's find out how they got on.
We want to run through some pretty positive insights and results we've seen from the campaign. 66% of activity across the site has been driven by our ads.
When we take a look at the map here, we can see that most of the concentration of your activity is around the southwest.
Although we saw by far the most conversions from desktop activity, the most efficient device was actually the phone. It was 10 times more efficient than tablet and 5 times more efficient than the desktop activity.
So we know finance people are interested.
Gamers was a strong audience. Again, that goes with good phone activity.
This audience profile has really helped us expand the campaign.
I think we've done quite well in getting people aware of your brand, looking at exactly what you do, getting the right kind of audience to realise there's a new artist out there.
We're really happy, and I think it's time to celebrate.
So you'll be getting most of that bottle of bubbly to yourself then, chaps. Tyler's champagne glasses are pretty small. Well, I guess congratulations are in order. Looks like it was a success. So much so that we're going to have to look for another challenge for you. Well done.